Well, it has a lot to do with the fact that Jimmy Kimmel was axed from his talk show on ABC, which is owned by Disney, after the FCC pretty much threatened them after he made a joke about the president and his reaction to Charlie Kirk's death. For those of you who don't know, Charlie Kirk is he's not a politician, but he's a debater. He's a professional debater. He would go to college campuses and debate people on their beliefs. He was a diehard Republican, battling with the likes of liberals and people on the far left, and trying to create a space where people could debate. Now, look, I am as ignorant as a baby when it comes to politics. I don't follow it. I don't agree with a lot of points from both sides. I just don't follow it. That my life is stressful enough as it is. The last thing I need is to add more stress looking at the politics of it all. And I know that saying that in and of itself is going to piss a lot of people off, because everybody wants somebody to be either left or right. You can't just be in the middle, because that just makes you part of the problem. Whatever. I've heard it all before. I just don't like to add extra stress to my life. I'm already stressed out. I don't follow sports because I don't want to be stressed about my team not winning. I don't follow politics because I've literally seen politics ruin relationships in my own family at Christmas dinners, and it's just something that I actively don't care to take part in. But when it kind of bleeds into the movie world, I feel the need to discuss it. Now, she's clearly upset at Disney for axing Jimmy Kimmel, and I get it. I understand, because listen, what is happening right now is the amendment of freedom of speech is kind of being pulled out from under us. Freedom of speech isn't something created so that you could go around and talk shit to whoever you want without repercussions. Freedom of speech does not mean there's no consequences that are going to come. You could talk shit. You might get punched in the mouth. That's just how it is. Freedom of speech was created so that governments couldn't censor people and threaten them if they said something that somebody didn't agree with. The FCC came out with a statement essentially saying, we hope that Disney, gives punishment to Jimmy Kimmel for what he's done. Otherwise, we're going to have to take serious action. And in a lot of ways, and John Campea said this, not me, but I'm going to quote it because it was so beautifully well said. In a lot of ways, that's like the mob going into a store and going, this is an awful nice store you got here. If you don't do what we ask, it'll be a shame if this place gets burnt down if you don't do the things that we ask. And that's kind of what's happening, where whatever, if you love the president, if you hate the president, if you love Jimmy Kimmel, if you hate Jimmy Kimmel, if you loved Charlie Kirk, if you hated Charlie Kirk, it was within Jimmy Kimmel's rights to go on the air and make a joke. Now, he didn't go out and make a joke about Charlie Kirk's death. He wasn't like, haha, I'm so glad that this guy got assassinated. He made a joke about the president's reaction to it, about how he feels that the president doesn't actually care. And sure, I could see why Donald Trump would get upset about that, but it's within Jimmy Kimmel's right to do that. That is part of what being an American in this country is, that we cannot be censored.